Hello everyone, it's Melly. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you're, please don't forget to subscribe down below. If you like my content, I will be very happy to welcome you into our community. And for those of you who return to my channel, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Today we are here casual in my bedroom, and I wanted to show you my blush collection because, like I said, I asked you on the YouTube community on my channel and in one of my other videos if you wanted to see a blush collection. Maybe I will declutter some, but I'm not so sure of that because I love blush. I'm so into blush. But I wanted to show you what I've got to maybe give you some opinion on mine on some blushes and to give you ideas, or if you are just curious to see what I've got. So let's begin. So here I am on the floor and I have my little slippers that I really enjoy. They are from Dim and they are those kind of mermaid type of design and they're so comfy. I'm loving it. What I tried to do is putting right here the blush sheet that I have on some palettes, and here are some singles, and I have the cream singles right here. So we will begin with the palette. First of all, I have this one from Zoeva, and as you can see, it's been a while that I bought this one because we can barely see the writing, but it's presents itself just like that. There are some more on the nude side, as you can see. It's the Nude Spectrum Powder Blush. 2 satin and 2 with more shimmer finish. As you can see, it is really on the nude side. And here are the shimmer, one here and one here. So it's a pretty good pigmentation, and I thought that I didn't have that kind of blush shade at the time. I had more like pink. I like this one. The pigmentation is good. So that's a keeper for me. Then we have this palette from Benefit. It's the Cheek Leaders Bronze Squad palette. And this palette I bought especially for this highlight, which is not the story today, but I bought this palette for Cookie Highlight because Jaclyn Hill talked about it in one of our favorite video, I believe, but it's been a while. But when this palette came out, I was like, okay, I'm buying the whole thing because at the time, like I said, the Cookie Highlight didn't exist as a single. But for the blush, we have the Coralista right here and the Gold Rush. I have to admit, the Gold Rush I don't really use because I don't know. First of all, it appears super hard when I'm touching it, maybe because of the texture of the pan. But doing the swatch, I think I should use it more. And the Coralista is really pretty. It is much softer and it is right on my alley. The color is just very pretty. Not as pigmented as I prefer to. And the Gold Rush as well. It's not really that pigmented. That's why I believe I didn't use it that often, but I should try it more. We have this palette that I bought a while ago, and it is from Max brand. I don't know if it exists in other country. I bought it in a little store, in a franchise called Action here in France, and it's like, how can I describe this one? Maybe like Target. There is a lot of stuff and really inexpensive, and they began to sell, I believe, their makeup brand. But at the time I wanted to try it out, so we have this palette, which is the shape and the blush. It's really on the pink side, as you can see. It's really quite vibrant actually. This one, for example, I mean, that's pigmented. The color are interesting, but I realized that I'm not really a pink girl type of blushes most of the day. So it's been a while, honestly, that I didn't use this palette. Maybe I will pass it on to my goddaughter or giving it to my daughters for her to play, something like that, because it was really inexpensive, so I don't mind. Then we have this beauty from Alamar Cosmetic, and it's called the Colorette Blush Trio Fair Light. Here it is. If you're not new on my channel, you know that I love those blushes. We have Castaway, Paraíso, and Scorcher. And I'm loving those two blushes, especially. This one is interesting because it's a dusty pink, dusty rose, so that's interesting. I don't really have that kind of blush in my collection. I mean, I do, but it's not the most that I have. And this one, they're so pretty. They're in the satin finish, and you can really build the color, but it's definitely one that I'm gonna keep and that I'm gonna enjoy for a while. Then I have this palette from Hourglass. It is the Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost palette, and it's a pretty palette. I'm liking it. And I keep forgetting this palette actually. I'm just getting a little closer. But I do have this beautiful blush that I don't have in my collection, this reddish color. It's not that red because when I'm mixing the color it goes with this little cream and it's not that red. And this one, it's like purpley and corally, or more in the pink side. And this one is just gorgeous and really original, you know, really original. And this one is in the satin finish, and this one, no, this one is a matte, and they're super soft when you're touching it. This one is from BH Cosmetic, the Bellini palette. If you're not new, you know. Look at this beauty. It's just perfect for me. So many peaches to choose from. The pigmentation is good. You can really build the color. I'm loving those kind of color. You really have choices, you know, staying in the peach family, but you have really light and deeper, so I really enjoy this palette. We have a palette that is quite new in my collection. It's from Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush. And first of all, look at that. It's just the most beautiful palette that I own for the blushes, I believe. It's really something, and it's 3D. I'm just loving the colors, loving the kind of glitter, shimmery, glowy. It's just so pretty. The inside, I'm really loving it because it is something that I didn't have in my collection. That's what I like. This one is a very light pink, and I am wearing this palette today actually. I have this one, and this one on, that I didn't place in the same area. This one I placed on my cheek close to my nose to have this kind of a dull effect. You can really build the color. This one is a peachy. I have those kind of color, but never enough. This one is really interesting, spicy, because I didn't have that kind of color. It's like a wine. I think this one actually is very good for fall. It's, how can I describe it? Like a mix of brown and pink that's really pretty. Here we have Solei, and it reminds me of Orgasm from NARS because it is pink with gold reflect. This one, Stardust, is really pretty too, more on the nude side, and this one is brown. So I'm really liking this palette. I think it's really interesting, you know, original, and that's what I like. We have from Makeup Geek this little palette, and I have the Bliss Blush inside, right here, right on my eyelid. It's a soft peach. When I'm touching it, it feels less soft than others, but it's a really beautiful blush. Really beautiful color. Right on my eyelid, I mean, it's totally me. And as the one that I showed you before, they are buildable, pigmentation is great. That was the palettes. Now let's go into the singles that I own. I have two Estee Lauder, and this one is the number 17. It is Wild Sunset. It is a shimmer. Actually, Estee Lauder is quite expensive, but I was lucky because I had it on a sale and it was so inexpensive, like €5 or maybe a little more, but you know, nothing compares to the price that it is initially. And it is a beautiful pink. So I found this one really good for everyday. It really blends easily into the skin and it appears quite, yeah, like natural on the skin with a little bit of gold reflect. So nothing new, like I said before, I already had those type of colors, but I think that's really flattering on the skin because it's a little glowy, so it's always, I find always pretty on the skin. And we have another one, and this one is the number 8. It is called Peach Passion. Are you surprised? And it's a shimmer as well. Oops, sorry. For me, it's not a peach, but it's very, very, very pretty. It's right here, and it has also gold reflect, but it is lighter than the one before. For everyday, this one is really good as well. This one is more for fall maybe, because it's a deeper color, and I like to have deeper blush when it is fall. So we have this one from Beauty Bay that I purchased quite recently. Actually, I didn't try this one yet. It is more pigmented as I'm doing the swatch than the Estee Lauder one, and it is more on the pinky side than this one was more on the, how can I describe? It has the gold reflect as the two that we just swatched. I can definitely see it, but this one is more, it's more like an intense pink. Let's compare to Solei. This one. Yeah, they're different. They are different, okay? And let's do Gold Rush. Okay, Gold Rush is more on the nude side. This one is Solei from Lunar Beauty. It's a... I'm so bad at describing color, I'm so sorry. This one is more like a Barbie pink, I would say. And this one is, it's going into the Barbie kind of color, but deeper. One that I bought recently as well, that I used in one of my recent video, is this one by Beauty Bay, and it's the color Coral, and I think it's perfect for fall. First of all, it is super soft when I'm touching it. It's a deeper coral, not like a summer coral, but more deeper. This one is from LA Colors. That I bought on YesStyle, can you tell? Because we have this beautiful thing that I can remove. Which color is it? It's the color Chill. I think it's a satin. Yeah, definitely not a matte. It's my daughter right here. When I'm touching it, it is quite powdery, but it's very pigmented, as you can see. I should try it. I should try it on a video for you guys, but it has the gold reflect. Next, we have from Colourpop this beautiful, beautiful blush. I'm loving the packaging. I'm so Disney fan, if you don't know that yet. So I'm really enjoying this beautiful packaging. And it's called Court of Miracles. It is Esmeralda, obviously, in the packaging. And here it is. That is... Yeah. That is so pretty. Let's do a little swatch. Very soft, very soft when I'm touching it. And it has some shimmers, so it has some gold reflect as well. But as you can see, it is different from the one before. This one is more on the orange side. This one is more definitely on the pinkier side. This one is one of my first blush that I bought. And it's from Zoeva. It's a matte. And it's a beautiful pink. Not as soft as the Colourpop that I just swatched. It looks a little bit the same. We have L'Oreal Life's Peach. I'm not really a fan of this big compact. It's because there is a mirror right here and normally a little brush that I never use. But it's big, you know, I'm not really a fan of that. I would have preferred a mirror right here. But anyway, it's a beautiful peach. Very blendable, a beautiful orangey peach right here. I hope that you can see. My daughter is helping me today. It's not matte. Let's see compared to the Alamar Cosmetic. Oh no, they are not the same. We have Alamar right here and we have L'Oreal right here. They are different, okay? It's not the same oranges, okay? But as you can see, I really have a pattern of corally, peachy, orangey blush in my collection. We have this one from Wet n Wild. It's called After Sex Glow, and we have this blush right here. And it's really intense and pretty. And this one, it's not really a reflect of gold, it's really like a mix, but very glowy compared to others blush that I own. This one is like a topper maybe, if you don't like really intense reflective blush, that is definitely not for you. And I have two others, Wet n Wild. This one is Apricot in the middle, and this one is Rosé Champagne. The packaging is really not exceptional, as you can see, because it's plasticky. It's really cheap, but yeah, that's just the way it is. So this one is Apricot, and it is a shimmer. I'm loving this one. I like a matte blush, but I can really see that I have a lot of shimmery blush. And this one, Rosé Champagne, it's a shimmer as well, but more on the nude side. Okay, it's almost the end, people. Hold on. We have the cream blushes right here, or liquidy. I have this one, it's the 3CE. It's a blush cushion and it's in the color Coral. Here it is. And I'm liking this one because it is easy to apply, really adds moisture. You can really build the color. You have to go slowly though, because otherwise, yeah, you can put too much right from the start. But I'm liking this one. It's really dewy and easy to apply. And I bought this one as well. It's from Korea too, and it's apricot jelly. Olika, that's the brand. Like a putty consistency. It is hard and soft at the same times, if you can see. And it's kind of the same color, to be honest. The consistency is really funny. But it's more pink than this one. And I find it a little bit more difficult to apply than this one. I do prefer this one to apply. And I thought that this one was matte, but I don't think that it's matte actually. It's adds a little bit of dewiness. I have two Fenty Beauty. I have this one, number 1, Fuego Flush, and I have Petal Poppin' number 2. This one is straight an orange with gold glitters. And it's my favorite out of the two. What I'm liking is that you can really see the glitters, the gold glitters. I think it's so pretty. I used it in one of my videos. It was the orange monochromatic look. and I'm really liking this one because it's different and it's a bright orange. And this one, it's more for everyday. It appears quite pigmented on the skin, but when you put it on the cheeks, you really have to build the color if you want it to be visible, just so you know. I have this one that is like super old. It's Dream Touch Blush from Maybelline. It's a pink, and as you can see, it is quite old. It's a beautiful light pink for everyday, but it is so old. And the last one is by Terry. It is the Brightening Cc Blush, and it's the color Rosy Flash. It's a liquid blush, and it is, yeah, sorry, that's my son watch. And this one, it's a little pump, and I put way too much right now. And it's a very dewy pink with gold reflect, and it smells like rose, and it's beautiful on the skin. As you can see, I put way too much, but it really blends on the skin. It's a very flattering color, and with this one you don't really have the need to put a highlight on, but I do usually. Really liking this one. So here you go, guys, that's my old collection of blushes. If you want to see a highlight collection, maybe let me know down below on the comments. Like the video if you did like it, share with a friend who loves makeup as well, and I see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.